Sunday. Welcome officially to the Cottage Living LP. We're here with Asa. He is actually just meeting his neighbors right now, so we did just officially move in. If you saw the intro, then you know what happened. Let's thank everyone for coming really quick. But yeah, so it looks like Nicole and Gavin were a little bit closer than we thought. Yeah, so essentially Asa had his heart broken. He found out that Gavin and Nicole have been together behind his back. And yeah, that's how we ended up out here. We are in Henford-on-Bagley. I forget which little town or section already, but it's that big empty lot that's available, the big 50 by 40 lot, so if you know where that is. But yeah, so I wanted to kind of go over essentially the property because I did build this from scratch. I kind of used a actual photo of a cottage that I saw on Google as sort of inspiration for this, but I changed it up quite a bit, and there is a lot of, I was just kind of playing around with debug and the landscaping and obviously the pond tool. So we do have a pond here. We also have the chicken coop and animal shed back here. Probably not this episode, I don't think, but the next episode he will probably have at least a cow, if not some chickens as well. But yeah, he essentially found this old cottage. It's pretty run down. You can see the rusty tractor and the old car here. It is spring as well, so the game threw up these decorations for me. I did not do that. But that's fine. But yeah, I did kind of want to just go over the cottage. Like I said, it is older, it's a bit run down. He got quite a good deal on it. You can see after selling the old house, he still managed to have around, and buying this one and the furnishings that we have, he still has quite a bit of money. I might pare that down, it just seems excessive, but that is legit how much money he has left over after we furnished this. And he didn't furnish it with a lot. It was just essentially what he needed in order to just live. He didn't really go all out, mainly because the house is obviously the basics or the foundation of it is fine. The structure is all there, but the inside, it's been neglected. And you'll be able to tell a little bit more once we get inside, but that's why he was able to get such a good deal on it. Really wasn't too much money with that. Yeah, so I might just pare some things down, or we might save it, I don't know, because eventually we will do some renovating. I will show you too, just the back you can see is a little bit run down as well, but we do have a couple of items back here. It's pretty bare, so we'll probably end up doing more landscaping at some point, but the inside, as you can see, is a little bit more run down. We do have the living room over here, and I should turn lights on actually so we can actually see. I was really winging it as far as the layout and everything, so you can kind of see we have this entryway here, leads into the kitchen, leads into the dining room. Everything's kind of interconnected. Apparently she's just grabbing some food out of our fridge, that's fine. And then we do have, this is actually a formal dining room, but he doesn't have a table anymore. He basically sold everything up, packed up everything and left. Let's do a friendly introduction. Did we greet everyone? Anyway, yeah, so that technically should be a dining room, but that is where his office is right now. He didn't want to bother with buying a dining table or any of that because essentially he is still heartbroken. You can see the kitchen here. Sorry, I'm not focusing. Kitchen's here as well. I did give him a little picnic basket that could come in handy. We've got a bathroom over here behind the stairs, and then what's essentially a utility or a mud room back here that leads out into the back where he could get direct access to the animals. So if a fox comes or anything like that and he has to rush out here, it's easy enough to do. And then upstairs we do actually have another bathroom and then 2 more bedrooms plus his, but the 2 that are unused. He could have put his office up here, but being that he spends most of his day downstairs, it just didn't seem like it made much sense to do that. So we can see his bedroom here. Again, just not much in here. He's just he kind of chucked it all in Newcrest, sold everything up, sold all of his belongings. He's just essentially depressed and recovering from this broken heart, and so he decided to come out here to the country, just kind of cut ties with everyone. He left the book club, he resigned, so that's done. Also, like, essentially he lived there through winter, and then now it is spring, so that is when he decided to pack it up and just leave officially. During the course of the winter though, and while he was still nursing a broken heart, he did actually have a bit of a fling with Clara Bjergsen. They knew each other from the book club, as you'll know. And she actually, if you go into her household, she is unhappy in her marriage, so like story-wise that works out perfectly for us. And obviously, like, he was just cheated on, so to be cheating with somebody else who he knows is married is probably not the most moral thing that he could have done. But he's just been, whoops, we already did that. He just kind of stopped caring about everything, was just ultimately very depressed and sad, and he just stopped caring. And Clara was there, she was very comforting. She's been interested in him since book club, it would seem, but obviously he was happily in a relationship, so she wasn't trying to make a move. But yeah, so that's essentially what happened. He obviously misses, I don't know if he misses Nicole as much as he misses, I don't know if he misses Nicole quite as much as he misses Jocelyn, because Nicole betrayed him, obviously, so. But I think he really does miss Jocelyn. He still actually carries her picture around in his inventory, so yeah, he thinks about her a lot. He hopes she's doing well. He hasn't really kept tabs on them or what they're up to. He's just, yeah, kind of cut himself off from everything and has been isolating. Really up until now, because the neighbors dropped by, of course, so, and everyone's raiding the fridge, which is whatever. Help yourselves. But we will go over the neighbors. Some of these Sims are EA created. They came with the pack, including Cecilia here, as well as Thomas. I know that Thomas is married. Pretty sure Cecilia is living in the converted barn by herself. And then we do have a couple of Sims here. This is Flora Plummer and her grandmother Maggie Tillman. They live together. There is a little bit of backstory there, but I won't go into that yet. And their farm is over here. And I actually may change this a lot. This home is a little bit big. I will either renovate it or bulldoze it and put something smaller there, because, yeah. So this may change, but that is where they live. So they're essentially like right next door to each other. And yeah, that I actually created these Sims, but like I said, there is a little bit of a story here with them. But yeah, so he is making their acquaintance, at least, so he's getting to know people in the area, which I think is good. It's not great for him to be, you know, by himself a lot and, you know, just being depressed. And you can see he's got, like, he share melancholy thoughts was one of his actions as an option, and obviously, yeah, so he's feeling pretty gloomy. But yeah, it looks like they're all gonna just sit and chat for a while. But I do intend on having him I think we're gonna buy a cow first, actually, and then possibly chickens at the same time, but I haven't decided. I kind of do just want him to focus on gardening or farming. We've got obviously our plots over here where we want to plant some probably oversized crops, just to give that a try, see how that goes. He hasn't really gardened since he was in Newcrest. He also hasn't really felt like writing very much. He has been living on his dwindling royalties. He's not obviously working right now, but I think the plan is for him to grow some things and then maybe try to sell them in the village square. Looks like the welcome wagon is leaving. That's fine. We've got our little TV here and our food. But yeah, I mean, I think that's really how he's going to try to make money, and then maybe we'll sell some milk or whatever from our cow. That's fine as well, and we'll see how that goes. It doesn't seem like you can make a ton of money from that, so we'll have to figure out, you know, what all we can sell, as well as grow and all that fun stuff. And then, I don't know, chickens could come in handy for that too, so we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, he really hasn't been feeling very creative or very inspired recently since everything happened, and I think it's just really taken a toll on him. So you can see also that his hair has gotten a bit longer, as well as his beard. He's just, yeah, he doesn't nothing really matters right now. He was so happy with Nicole, and he thought that they really had a future together. I mean, they were engaged, we were planning the wedding, and then, yeah. And even like when they were hanging out, there were a couple of times where like Gavin would be over at the house and him and Nicole would actually flirt autonomously. So thought that was pretty interesting, and that's kind of what planted the seed for what then happened. And yeah, he had no idea. He fully trusted them. He thought Gavin was his best friend, and it blew up in his face, and I think that he just needs some time to recover at this point. But I did just kind of want to do a really quick intro on this LP. Katrina's here. I mean, I guess we could invite her in. I would imagine that, probably the book club ladies, because he didn't formally resign, he just quit. It's just kind of stopped going and quit and stopped talking to everyone. It looks like Katrina's pregnant also, but that's cute. Could you come inside? There we go. Let's tell her a funny story while we're sitting here. We can sit and chat here as well. But yeah, I think probably they were pretty worried about him. They stopped hearing from him, obviously, and pretty abruptly, and then they heard through the grapevine what had happened, and maybe Clara told them a little bit of what happened. Probably not the part where she was seeing him intimately, but yeah, I think probably Clara filled them in on at least some things. So we can tell her a dramatic story. We'll tell her all about our woes. She's like, I want to hear it straight from you. What happened? You and Nicole were so happy, so I just don't understand. And now he's telling her, yeah, she was sleeping with Gavin and behind my back, and I had no idea. And he's even getting sad, he really is talking about it. But he'll ask her for some advice. I don't think you've had any experience with this, but yeah, I'm really struggling. Cloud gaze with Katrina. Well, we can't do that right now, I don't think, but she's been, oh my god, apparently they're not getting along so well, and I think it's because she's uncomfortable. Maybe we can help her out. But yeah, maybe she does know about Clara, and maybe she's feeling a little bit judgmental about it. And honestly, I think he feels probably a little bit bad about it, because he basically left town and didn't even really tell Clara that he was going to be leaving. He just kind of bailed. I think that they'd probably had conversations where he's long term, this isn't really gonna work. She was essentially just a rebound, and I think she was looking for something outside of her marriage, because apparently they're pretty unhappy. Anytime you click on Clara, you have the option to help fix her relationship with her husband. So yeah, it seems like they're not very happy particularly. So I think Claire's just unhappy, and she was just, he was there, he was a comfort, and they were able to be a comfort for each other, and I think that's ultimately all that it was. And yeah, and now he's living out here in this sad little cottage, and honestly, this is a cute place. I think he is planning on trying to fix it up. He's just obviously not particularly motivated right now. I particularly like the kitchen. I don't really know why. I don't even know if it's technically decorated well, but I just like the homey vibes. And I love the new decor from the new expansion pack, so it was just fun getting to use that, and getting to use all the debug items. I was even able to find the tree with the string lights all over it. And yeah, sorry if I'm sounding particularly quiet or monotone or tired. I'm a little bit worn out today, but obviously the excitement of the new pack, I really just wanted to get something out and record it, and kind of mainly wanted to get the introduction out of the way so I can play this household off camera, and yeah, try to establish his roots here for him. And then hopefully we'll have some animals and maybe some vegetables by the next episode. So I think this is where I'm going to end it for now. It seems like he's really desperate to go cry in bed, so we'll let him do that after he sends Katrina home. So she's gonna head out, and he's gonna head upstairs and maybe have a good cry. Obviously he's still going through a lot, but like I said, I think this is probably going to be pretty quick, so I do apologize if it's super short, but I know we didn't really get much into the gameplay for the new pack, but I just kind of wanted to update on everything that has happened and kind of get it set up for really diving into the new pack's gameplay and all the different stuff that we can do, because he'll obviously be exploring that. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoy. Let me know what you think of the new digs, the new farm. Again, I know there's not really much here, but I'm curious to hear what everyone has to say about the turn the story took. So yeah, but I hope y'all enjoy, and I will see y'all in the next one.